You're listening to a Saturday night gaming podcast, The Great War, run by Tony Stevens. Hope you enjoy.
Attention, patriots! The year is 1940 and the world stands on the edge of darkness as the iron grip of Rasputin's Russian Empire tightens across the globe. From the frozen wastes of Siberia to the bombed-out streets of Tokyo, the forces of freedom fight valiantly to hold the line against the enemy bolstered by unholy magic and terrifying technology. But fear not, brave citizens, for the United States has unveiled its greatest weapon in this battle for liberty, Squad Scion. Handpicked from the best and the brightest, these extraordinary individuals have undergone cutting-edge enhancements to become living symbols of hope. And now, 4 fresh recruits, armed with newfound powers and unshakable resolve, are ready to join the fight. These courageous heroes will face the horrors of war, sabotage the Russian war machine, and stand tall against Rasputin's monstrosity, the warriors of divinity. The road ahead will be perilous, but freedom is worth every sacrifice. So, stand at attention, soldiers! The world is watching and the time to strike for liberty is now! Good evening, brave listeners. It is my privilege and honor to welcome you to Terra Prime, the Great War, proudly presented by Saturday Night Gaming and now powered by the Apocalypse. Prepare yourselves for a journey into a world on the brink of chaos, where history has been rewritten and heroism is the last line of defense against tyranny. Tonight you'll witness the clash of courage and darkness as our valiant players navigate the rich lore of Terra Prime, unraveling secrets, facing unimaginable terrors, and standing firm against adversity the likes of which the world has never known before. It's action, it's adventure, it is history rewritten, and with a touch of the extraordinary, I might add. Now, with great excitement, I present our cast and crew, starting to my right.
That's me.
I had to think about it too.
I am Patrick Danielson. I'm being played by Dane. Yo.
Not Patrickson. Daniel
Yes.
Patrickson? No, that's not right.
I'll be going by Breaker most of the game. I expect all of you to remember that. I am a explosives expert who got experimented on, and now I get to be protected by water sometimes.
Cool.
Be on the lookout. I did accidentally dehydrate somebody to death one time, but I promise to try not to do that again.
Just releasing those secrets early on.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. And you, sir.
Don't worry, I wrote that down. It is a secret that I will give to somebody later.
That everybody else already knows. Got it. Got it.
Hopefully we'll all forget by then.
My name is John. My character is not Blast Master.
He's not the blast master. He's the explosives expert. You mean Gas Blaster?
He's
Or
also
Gas Master?
Gas Master.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He
The Mass Gaster.
his given name by his mother is Gaston,
Oh.
but he now mostly goes by Atomos.
Animus.
Thanatos.
Oh my gosh.
Animus
I knew you
Thanatos.
shouldn't do this if you couldn't pronounce it.
I'm pretty sure that means the deadly wind, right?
Yeah, because my whole family was killed by Rasputin, and
Same.
so in my I don't know who you are.
Twinsies.
We haven't gotten to you
I
yet.
know who you are.
Well, that's because I'm explaining who I am.
It's happening currently.
You know, I'm Gaston, and that I have allowed myself to, through experimentation, to enhance myself so that it'll fuel my revenge against that guy I mentioned earlier.
Rasputin.
Rasputin.
Ah.
He has the power to make me forget. I will never forget. And now, through experimentation, I am completely a gaseous being, poisonous gas, and I mostly have to be contained in a suit.
Special containment.
Yeah, special containment suit. I have gas powers. I can release myself into the air, causing discomfort to people around me. And
Sometimes death.
It's called passing gas is the name of the
Get them all out now. Go ahead.
not going to get them all out now.
Better out than in, I always say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally never said that.
Well, just now I did.
Yeah.
You heard it. It's on
Wind,
recording.
dust in the wind, so I'll go with it.
Dust in the wind. Okay, you. We're moving on.
I'm Jessica. I'm playing Katya Khrushchev. She also had her family killed by Rasputin. They were dissenters. He didn't like that.
This guy's been getting around.
Yeah, dissenters don't get a lot of attention, not good attention from
Yeah.
dictators.
Yeah.
Dictators and dissenters oftentimes they clash.
I heard that was how you sign up for being a guinea pig.
That's in New Guinea, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a guinea pig. That's why I'm gas now.
Oh, anyway, sorry.
You allowed yourself to be a guinea pig. Don't even. We just listened
Yeah,
to
it
your
doesn't
story.
matter if I allow
I
myself.
mean, what kind of a monster allows themselves to be experimented on by a scientist
I
just
didn't
to
say
save the
that
country?
I just said that I was a guinea pig, and that is a fact.
I have fought in all the countries. I was rescued by the Germans and then fought in all the countries.
I
And
fought in
now
all
I
the
end
plus
up
one.
here.
Nice. All right. And you with the red hair.
I'm Laura and I'm playing Ellie. And I don't remember my backstory.
You're a sweet young girl from Alabama. And
Alabama.
Alabama. And
Well, that's all. You don't even.
you
have
could
to
get a
lie.
moonburn there, but she did not. She actually joined the great fight against the Russian war machine because she doesn't like it. It's because her older brother died. Yeah.
How did
Was
you
he-
forget about your older brother?
Her older brother
It's
died.
so traumatic that I forgot.
Maybe he's much older and she doesn't remember.
He was fighting for the armed forces against the Russian war machine. He died, and she said, "I am not going to take this. I can stand up for myself and beat these bastards."
Was he also
That's
killed
why she's
by
here.
Rasputin?
Well, I mean, by extension, probably, because everybody that's killed by the Russians is killed by Rasputin, I guess, at some
Yeah, that
point.
makes sense.
All right. So I'm Tony Stevens. I will be your GM, editor-in-chief for this game. I hope to bring everybody all of the thrilling action that they've come to know by listening to Saturday Night Gaming's podcasts. Don't forget to go back and listen to everything that's predated this because it's all awesome too. And then tune in every week for us, and we will present to you the best, most exciting story about the 1940s altered history that you've ever heard while listening to this. Right? Don't you agree?
Of all the broadcasts that I've ever heard, this is definitely one of them.
Of all the broadcasts in all the world about the altered history of the 1940s, you had to listen to mine. So, without further ado, as the swirling void energy dissipates, Bravo team stumbles out of the portal and into the secure walls of Project Genesis headquarters. Their uniforms are torn, their bodies battered, and the weight of their recent mission still lingers in their minds. The bright lights of the war room cast long shadows across the room, and a moment of heavy silence follows before an eruption of applause from the gathered officers and scientists. Shanghai has been freed. The mission was a success. Colonel Gerald Cross steps forward, his usual stoic demeanor replaced with something almost resembling pride. His sharp eyes scan the team before he nods. "Bravo team, you just changed the course of this war." His voice carries authority, but also something deeper, some relief. "Shanghai is no longer under Russian control, and their void energy research has been dealt a significant blow. You've given the resistance across the world the morale boost they needed." Dr. Walter Davenport, standing beside Cross, removes his glasses, rubbing his temples before addressing them. "The intelligence you recovered from the facility is invaluable," he says in his voice, quieter but with heavy significance. "Project Inferno's Gate, Project Helios, the French resistance. All of this confirms what we feared. Rasputin's forces are reaching new levels of enchantment or enhancement. They're enchanted too, I think. If we don't stop this now, we might not get another chance. Takeshi Nakamura, his wounds still fresh, leans against a console, his arms crossed as he watches the exchange. He remains silent but alert, now an unofficial part of the Project Genesis Team Bravo.
Because I'm silent, but deadly.
So he's silent but alert.
Yeah.
The room darkens. This is a couple of days up to a week go by. So if you have injuries, you can please heal yourselves. Because obviously you were battered and torn
Also,
and all that. And
bro,
they
we
gave
need
you-
our edges.
Bro,
I'm
Raw?
They're right there.
brah. What color do you want? Blue?
Blues. I want 2 blues.
You get one edge.
Why?
Because if you have an edge, you get one edge.
But I already have one. I want 2.
You only get the
You're only
You
allowed.
have
I
one.
already have one.
If you get a new one, it eats the old one.
What?
You can only
One
have
edge at a
one
time.
max.
I'll take an edge.
That's so that you
Then
use
what
it.
is the point of this mechanic function?
So that you're
So that
able
you
to
can-
use
So that the
edge.
people that didn't have the edge can
I
have
had
edges.
one already, but like if you use it,
Okay,
that's so that you
whatever.
can get it back.
The whole point is
I don't
use it or
think you
lose
really
it.
understand how edges work.
Need to
Mine is usually used up by the end
Here
of
we
the
go,
session.
green
but
for
I don't-
gas,
Gaston.
and
I'll
they're
take whichever color.
they're blue, so you have to be.
I'm not going to be holding it very long.
That's true. All right, so time passed. You've healed yourselves. The med bay was awesome for everybody
I
involved.
loved it.
Loved it. Felt like Tahiti.
I think I was the only one that didn't get injured.
Yeah, you were driving the car.
I can't.
Thank God.
Felt like
If you hadn't
Tahiti.
gotten the car to the yard, they would have all died.
Hey.
All right, so you're called back to the war room as the room darkens and the holographic display of the war table shifts to the North Sea, where several blinking red markers indicate Russian naval movements. Colonel Cross presses a button and a series of images appear. A convoy of American and British warships sailing towards Norway. This is Convoy Aegis, carrying prototype weapons and enhanced gear that could turn the tide of this war, Cross explains. But the Russians know about it, damn it. They've deployed a fleet of submarines and naval destroyers to intercept and sink those ships before they've reached Allied forces. If they succeed, we not only lose the convoy, but our strategic foothold in Northern Europe. Dr. Davenport steps forward, adjusting his coat. What makes this even more concerning is that we've received unconfirmed reports that a Russian enhanced operative is leading the attack. We suspect it could be one of the warriors of divinity, much like Bogatyr. The team remembers and exchanges glances. After barely surviving their last encounter with Bogatyr, the idea of facing another super soldier of Rasputin's empire so soon is daunting. Cross continues, your objective is simple. Protect the convoy at all costs. You'll deploy via aircraft to the lead battleship, the USS Baltimore, and from there, coordinate with the Allied forces to repel the attack. Expect naval combat, boarding maneuvers, and potential underwater threats. You'll have air support from a handful of fighter planes, but it won't be enough if the Russians deploy their submarines in full force. A final image flickers to the screen. A blurry, grainy photograph of a massive mechanical silhouette rising from the ocean. Davenport's expression darkens. If our intelligence is correct, then you'll be facing Russian experimental mech, codenamed Kraken. It's been modified for deep sea combat and amphibious operations. If this thing makes it to the convoy, it could single-handedly destroy every ship in the fleet. Cross turns back to Bravo team, arms crossed. This mission will be unlike anything you've faced before. You'll be fighting in the open sea, with nowhere to retreat. Your enemy will be relentless. If you're not ready to handle this, say so now. Silence fills the war room. Then Takeshi steps forward, arms crossed, but his tone calm and steady. This kraken, he says, if it falls into the ocean, do we assume it is dead? Davenport shakes his head. No. If it sinks, it might survive, and we'd be defenseless against it in the water. Takeshi nods. Then we make sure it does not sink. We make sure it burns. Cross smirks slightly, then turns to Bravo team. Gear up. We deploy in 2 hours. Alright, so make sure, like, if you're going to try to use anything that you think would be handy with you in ocean combat or on this carrier, that you just go ahead and write it down in
Right,
your
you-
gear thing.
I'm gonna float.
Oh, I no longer
Yeah,
have
so that's good.
the pen.
What do I need? I got my shark knife.
What
about
about
shark
a?
repellent?
What about a? Okay, I need a chainsaw that also has a lightsaber on it. What else did they need for shark need?
We have not invented the lightsaber chainsaw yet.
What about a girl who's a robot who is just a head?
If one of you gets your character to that point, I will applaud you.
That's all I remember about Sharknado. I was doing laundry.
On the bright side, a
Yes.
ocean fight
Did you level up?
with my environmental dependency on water.
Is pretty good.
Okay.
Good.
Pretty good in your favor. Alright, do you need any gear?
Well, I have all my shit that can keep me alive underwater.
That doesn't.
That's
There's
all
not a
shit you
spot
can
for
stay
gear.
up underwater.
I'm restocking on my grenades and C2.
I don't have any gear.
Alright.
I restocked my
There's not a
grenades
gear
and C2.
spot on our sheet.
He just writes it on the back of his sheet. That's all
Okay.
it is. It's just, if you have anything that you think you might want to use, just let me know and then write it on the back
I'm
of
gonna
your
use my fist and my dermal armor.
We're gonna punch the edge of the crack.
She's going to punch the water and make it submit.
I'm gonna punch the dirt.
Part the sea.
Yeah. She'll
Punch
be
the
like the
ocean.
new Moses.
I'm
She'll
gonna
just like
intimidate
punch the
the
ocean
sea.
and intimidate the sea in half. Yeah.
Some fish sitting there going, "Boss, I'm gonna be late for work today." You won't believe it.
All right. Well, if anybody can't think of anything that necessarily they think they might need to have,
What about?
Are we going to have to roll
Yes,
athletics to
yes.
swim?
I've been thinking I could just have a gas
Say
tank.
no.
no, well, hold on a second. If you're dropped out of the ocean carrier, like if you're dropped out of the aircraft carrier and you're stuck in the water, you probably are going to have to try and swim. Yes.
So,
Unless you're
team-
made of effing water.
so our team that is mostly -1 strength characters.
Who's all -1?
I'm
I
not
think
negative one.
all but
I'm
one
a
of
plus
us.
one.
I'm 0.
I'm -1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the only -1.
No.
I'm -1.
Half of our party is
Oh.
negative.
Well, he floats and you're made of water.
I'm plus one.
Can I
I probably
take
know rescue swimming.
a gas tank with
He's
me?
literally got a scuba suit as a.
Okay, moving on. We're jumping out this plane.
Just making
I,
sure.
I want to take a gas tank.
Wow. No, not at all.
You have to take a gas tank? You are gas. You
You
are a
are a
gas,
gas
tank.
I know, but like this is extra gas.
Will it be like a thing of blood? Like if you need some blood while we're
No,
like.
that's a good idea. I was thinking it was just gonna have oxygen in it, just in case we need it for some reason. Put it in a shark's mouth or something.
And then shoot it. Cause then
No!
it
No.
I've seen that movie. It's a classic.
I could maneuver. I could like ride on top of it. across the-
And on that note,
I just got a message.
the massive transport carrier, aircraft carrying Bravo team roars through the sky, streaking toward the North Sea. Inside, the team makes final checks on their gear, strapping down weapons and securing explosives. The USS Baltimore, a powerful battleship, comes into view ahead, sailing in formation with the convoy. The radio crackles with a voice from the ship's captain.
Yep.
Baltimore, inbound aircraft. Welcome to the battle, Bravo team. Hope you're not afraid of a little rain. Lightning flashes in the distance. Dark clouds churn across the horizon, and the sea below begins to grow restless. A storm is coming. As the aircraft descends toward the battleship, alarms blare over the convoy's communication system. Enemy submarines detected. We have torpedoes in the water. Explosions erupt along the convoy as torpedoes slam into a nearby destroyer, sending flames and debris into the sky. Russian fighter planes break through the clouds, engaging in dogfights with Allied aircraft. And then, a massive metallic shape begins to rise from the waves. The Kraken has arrived.
I don't like them. Is it it's the actual crack?
Are we where we can actually see it, or were we below decks?
You would you would have just gotten there, so you're probably on
deck.
on deck.
Okay.
You would have.
Is that turn your mirror on?
It's not on.
I think it's
It's John's.
John's phone.
No, it's off. Turn it off.
It's this.
Oh, somebody's. How did you turn it on?
I didn't. It's always on. That's how I'm able to reach you when I call you on.
Push the button
Messenger.
all the way down. The volume button all the way down and we'll turn it on.
When I call you on Messenger, that's the tablet's the one that rings.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I'll turn it on.
All right. So, basically, you would find yourselves on the deck of the ship, quickly being introduced to another elite unit, the Knights of the Empire from Project Avalon. These are British super soldiers enhanced through a mix of cutting-edge science and Arthurian legend, bringing their own skills and experience to the battlefield. Unlike Bravo Team, who operate as a strike force, the Knights of the Empire see themselves as warrior champions carrying the weight of Britain's legacy into war. The interactions between you would probably be laced with mutual respect, occasional rivalry, and maybe even a hint of cultural contrast. Sir Gareth Pendragon Kensington is the leader of Project Avalon. He walks up to greet Bravo Team formally, his sharp aristocratic accent adding weight to his words as he addresses who he assumes to be the leader.
Ah, the Americans. I have read your dossier. You fight well, but we'll see if you can hold the line when the waves crash against us. You short lady, I am talking to you.
Hold the line.
She's okay with everything he said. His words not being intended as an insult, but rather as a challenge, as he thinks that Bravo Team won't be able to test their mettle quite the same way that Project Avalon can.
They'll figure it out.
We're all gonna die.
Listen, you're not supposed to be discouraged by his speech.
There are varying degrees of curiosity, respect, and skepticism from the other teammates. Thomas Lancelot Drake watches their movements very carefully, assessing their combat stances, while Elizabeth Witchfire Whitlock stands to the side. You can see flickering flames dancing at her fingertips, waiting for the inevitable chaos. With the Russian fleet and the Kraken arising from the depths, the two teams must coordinate their abilities. If Bravo Team calls upon the Knights of the Empire for assistance, each member of Project Avalon can offer a unique support action to help turn the tide of the battle.
Awesome.
So I'll go ahead and let you know what those are so that you can utilize them at any point in a tactical, coordinated manner. Now what I can do is actually try to just copy and paste this into the chat.
Much better because I am out of room to write notes.
Well, I'll actually do it on this while I read this to you. Just give me 1 second. 4. Campaign 3. Alright. Number 3. This is the 3rd campaign.
Trace. I'm teaching Jackson about Spanish numbers.
Tres Cushionada. Wait,
It's actually like this.
wrong.
This is
Trace.
Tres Cushionada is a
What are
character
you
from
talking about?
a different
It's a
war.
gun.
Oh, I would not know that. I literally have no way.
There were giant mech suits. There are mech suits now. So it connected in my brain.
It makes sense to those who know. Alright.
He was a knight. Even though he was technically the bad guy of the show, he was actually a good guy because good guys were.
Alright, there you go. You should be getting that right now. So, if you call upon Sir Gareth Pendragon Kensington, you have tactical coordination. His support action is called King's Command. The effect: Gareth uses his superhuman reflexes and tactical brilliance to coordinate a devastating counterattack. He assesses the Kraken's movements and weaknesses in real time, directing Bravo Team's strike with pinpoint accuracy. The result would grant you an advantage on all attacks against the Kraken for the next 2 rounds, exposing a critical weak point. If timed correctly, this could be the opening needed to land a decisive blow.
Oh, are you going to read all 7 of these?
Oh, I know exactly
For
where I
the
put
listeners,
my
yes.
tank.
Yes. Elizabeth Witchfire Whitlock, Arcane Fire Support. Her supporting action is Purging Flames. Elizabeth conjures a massive surge of mystical fire, launching an inferno at the Kraken. The flames burn hotter than normal fire, fueled by ancient magic that can bypass conventional armor. The result would give the Kraken continuous burn damage for 3 turns, reducing its armor, effectiveness, and creating vulnerabilities to the hull. Nigel Bulwark McAllister, known as the Mech Buster, gives unstoppable charge. Nigel uses his superhuman durability and strength to charge directly at one of the Kraken's mechanical appendages. His unbreakable body withstands the full impact, tearing off several or damaging one of the massive limbs, temporarily disabling the Kraken's weapons, e.g. the torpedo launcher, mechanical tentacle, or an anti-aircraft cannon, forcing it to change tactics. Thomas Lancelot Drake gives precision strike. Support action of Knight's Blade. Moving faster than the eye can follow, Thomas leaps onto the Kraken, slashing deep into its armor with his enhanced rapier. He exploits the previously identified weak points with pinpoint attack accuracy. The strike pierces deep into the Kraken's core, dealing significant damage and potentially disrupting the power core. Then you have Evelyn Nemu Reed, Ocean's Wrath. She is hydrokinesis control for those who are looking to date like kind. Evelyn summons the power of the sea using hydrokinesis to manipulate the tides and currents. She forces her energy on creating massive waves, destabilizing the Kraken and disrupting enemy submarines. The Kraken is momentarily knocked off balance, slowing its movements, preventing it from firing its weapons for 1 turn. Submarine torpedoes will also be redirected from the convoy. Then you had Edward Merlin Blackwood. He's a technomancy disruption. He has Arcane Override. Edward uses his technomancy abilities, hacks into the Kraken cybernetic systems, attempting to scrambling its targeting software and disrupt the core functions. The result, the Kraken glitches for 2 turns, reducing its attack accuracy and causing some of its weapons to misfire. If successful, he may even gain partial control over one of the subsystems. And finally, you have Malcolm Aegis Sharp, the defensive barrier. He has the Aegis Shield. Malcolm generates an enormous energy shield, capable of deflecting even the Kraken's most powerful attacks. He positions himself between the mech and the USS Baltimore, absorbing incoming fire. The result, the Kraken's next attack is completely nullified, preventing catastrophic damage to Bravo Team or the convoy. Tactical integration with Bravo Team. If Bravo Team fights alone, you will rely on your own ingenuity and tactics to fight the Kraken. This may make the battle harder. If you coordinate with Project Avalon, you can call for specific support actions. I have the die over here. I've got it dialed to 8. That's how much you're going to be able to call on.
Sounds like Project Avalon's got it handled.
Yeah. Why do we?
You shall
Why
see.
are we like?
You are
I think they got
here
this.
to actually
Well,
coordinate.
The
all
next line. The next line talks about that.
All right, so if you coordinate with Project Avalon, then you'll call for specific support actions at critical moments. You will shift the battle in their favor. Miscommunication or over-reliance on one knight could lead to unintended consequences.
Glad I'm not the
If they
leader.
fail to balance the offense and defense, the Kraken may gain the upper hand. So, these knights are supposed to defend against all the incoming aircraft. They're supposed to defend against the submarines and all the other attackers. Your main focus is the Kraken at this point.
But we can call on them to help.
You
us.
can call on them to help up to a certain point.
Do the knights?
If you
look
run
like-
out and you're still calling on them, then likely the entire fleet is out of balance, being attacked from all sides. There's no longer a defensive barrier, and you will likely
I'll die.
fail.
Yeah. Do they look like the Black Knight in DC universe?
Do you have pictures of them?
Do they look like knights?
He's gonna send all the pictures.
Okay, they better look like knights.
Okay, but send them all in one group.
Ask Meta to make them
They
look
will.
like
They
knights.
they are coming.
Okay, I'm getting a message from Doug. Are you Doug?
Why would he be Doug?
I don't know. He changed his name. He's in character.
Have you recently changed your name to Doug?
General Doug.
All right. First and foremost, you'll see.
These people all look
Kensington?
very British.
Don't they look British? Yes.
Oh, they do look
They have the
British.
Union Jack.
They all
Pendragon is the one you'll recognize as holding a large enhanced sword. He has a regal battle armor with the Union Jack bolstered across it.
This is the team we should
Dang,
be.
Witchfire looks pretty evil.
We should be this.
Witchfire with flowing red hair, glowing red eyes, and Firemancy is definitely not one that would appear needed to be effed with.
Okay,
This
this
would make a great
Celtic
comic
dude
book.
is just a little over the top here.
Bulwark, being a strong Irishman, loves his heritage. And yeah, he's got a huge mech suit.
Celtic.
This next guy looks like John if John only had a mustache.
If John only had a mustache, he would
Yeah.
look like Thomas Lancelot Drake with his enhanced rapier.
Did you
His
scan me?
yes, I scanned you. And his slick looks kind of reminds me of Errol Flynn, actually.
Yeah.
And then you have Evelyn Nemu Reed for those who are interested in hydromancy. That's her. She's got the
Hey
flowing
Dan, I
blonde
think this is
hair.
supposed to be your girlfriend.
Or at least a hookup, I don't know.
Hey,
The
this
older
is Tommy
gentleman.
Lee Jones.
Yeah, the older gentleman. No, it's not. But the older gentleman is Merlin. You can call him Merlin.
He looks really
has
cool.
technomancy.
I dig it.
And then you have Malcolm Aegis Sharp, one of the most powerful members of the team, which is why they're actually calling this entire fleet after him, because the Aegis convoy is being protected by his abilities first and foremost. So be
Is he like Dr.
cautious
Strange?
when calling
He looks a
upon
little
him.
like Dr. Strange.
Yeah.
He's the one that can make the whole shield that can absorb the Kraken's attack.
Which
My favorite so far is Technomancy. Dude, that looks
It
really
looks
fun.
cool.
honestly, all of their abilities sound really cool. So I look forward to Katya using them wisely.
She listened in very intently to every single support action she could call upon and strategically use.
Yep.
So, you also have assistance from Takeshi if you need him. He is a separate die.
I doesn't like him.
Takeshi has a D4 that you could use.
To be fair, I don't like him either.
So up to 4 times you can call upon him. He's a little bit more secretive about how he may help you.
But he's got
Classic
teleportation stuff.
Scorpio.
He is the teleportation, and he has the blade that Katya likes to steal from him.
So
I only
if
stole it because he poked it in my face. Okay.
so if one of us really needed to get over close to the Kraken to plant a bunch of C2 charges.
He could probably
He's
do
your man, yeah. Yeah.
Sounds good.
But he's not super. I will tell you this from personal experience. He will bamf on you. Like, he will not necessarily take you with him when he leaves.
And he almost will die.
I almost died in that room because he left me, and then
Even
when
if
he
you
came
take
back,
a
he got punched in the face like a weenie. So let's just
Wait.
point this out.
What if I take my shirt off and he sticks around?
Well, then we know.
Now you know.
Then we've learned
So,
something.
To be clear, on the front end with everybody, this
Yes.
will be turn-based. You will take your turns. You can all strategize, tactically make these assaults using your bountiful amounts of support actions that I've given you.
Yes.
However, I will be taking a turn every single round. When I take that turn, the Kraken will move. Best of luck to you. You may begin with...
So the Kraken has surfaced.
It is rising in the
Or do
distance.
we get to know what it looks like?
Mayhaps.
I would like to immediately have a telescope. So that I can analyze
I
its
call
structure.
these my eyeballs. I would like to see it with my
Have I
eyes. I
seen
think that I would
Kraken
not need a
attacking
telescope
them?
to see that.
As you look through your telescope,
I
you
know
see a
what it's
very gray thing, and then you look away from the telescope and realize it's so freaking big you didn't need a
Oh,
telescope.
it's a techno Kraken.
Dude, it
It
looks
is-
like a pain in the ass.
It is a massive diesel pump style amphibious war machine designed to dominate naval engagements with sheer brute force and advanced weaponry.
Where are they getting the money to
I'm
pay?
going to point out
Well,
that's-
they actually developed it under Project Leviathan. The mech was engineered by Russian scientists using both mechanical innovation and void energy technology. It's designed to withstand direct fire from warships, destroy enemy vessels with its powerful arsenal, and submerge to avoid prolonged engagements.
Powerful arsenal.
So, first thing we need to do is analyze the structure.
I was gonna instant combat analysis it.
Okay, that's an analysis. As long as you're not instant combating it, you can.
No, I was gonna instant combat analysis.
Yeah, do it. I like both of these analyses.
At my turn, I'll do that.
I believe
Dan's
it
going
is our
first.
turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going in order. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
Dan
gonna,
is going first, and then you're going second.
Mine's a simple
Do you
though.
have? You don't have any analysis. No, you do. You have
Mine's
like a
also
super analysis.
All right, cool. We're simple
I
people.
think so.
Yeah,
So-
you used it last time.
Specifically, what I'm looking
Infiltration
for is some way
expertise.
to
I'll populate your
stop it from being able to
Go under.
resubmerge.
Yes. I love it.
So you're scanning it for weaknesses and you want to find out how to stop it from submerging?
From resubmerging. Basically, I want to, I'm assuming there's generators or something for air supply.
Probably it's also those little flappy things that let water out or something, or let air out as he
Or
goes
ballasts.
under. You know, yes,
Yeah.
whatever those are called, flappy things. However, he displaces air versus water ratio in order to sink.
He is massive. I don't think
It
he
is massive.
Yeah.
How massive is massive?
It's probably larger than.
Like the size of 3 battleships, 2 battleships.
By the sheer weight of it alone, it can probably just submerge by just
Yeah, but
it can just like lay down and it's
Then how
done.
is it up?
but
Maybe
can
that's what we
we?
should do. Get to go down.
How is
without-
it
How
up?
is it up? How does it get it up? It's so huge. How's it
No,
up?
I'm serious. Like
That's
it
what-
can't reach the bottom. How is it on the water?
It's using
That's a good
Godzilla
question.
mechanics.
You should
That's a good
analyze
question.
how it's up.
Okay. I will defer to a command from Katya.
All right.
How does it get it up?
That's off of intelligence. I will go ahead and give you that back.
Thank you for the edge, sir.
Choose different rolling methods.
There we go. That's a 9 to analyze its structure.
Okay. So through analyzing the structure, you note that there are several ports and power nodes along the structure, emanating the same energy that you recognize from Takeshi Nakamura.
Yeah.
This is the void energy.
Okay.
It is using that same said void energy, basically by dissipating it into the ocean, to hold itself up
To
and
float.
to power itself.
Basically.
Oh, okay.
So its entire engine structure, the way that it works, is run off of that void energy.
Oh.
But if we kill the void energy, it's going to sink and we can't kill it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think what the good doctor was referring to, if it went underwater, that you wouldn't be able to get it, is that if it's of its own power and accord, like it just goes under and you're like, oh crap, it got away.
So
It
if we
sinks, they
destroy
all
the
drown,
void
yeah.
energy and
Like
it
if you're
goes
destroying
under
it and
without
then
any
pieces
void
of it
energy,
like fall into the water, I don't think it's coming back. But if it just goes, peace out, deuces, and like goes underwater, there's no way that you're gonna be able to pursue it.
So we need to damage the generation of the void energy in some way.
Okay, John, analyze how it generates void energy.
I don't know if I can analyze how it.
What's your
Fights.
power called?
It's instant combat analysis.
Can he analyze how it creates void energy?
I don't know how he would do that.
Not using that.
Okay,
Like he doesn't
do
have
the
X-ray
thing.
energy.
Do the thing.
He's not even like a void energy.
I could be like,
Scientist.
it looks like it's going to
That's
attack in this way.
Okay, but do the analysis thing, and so we'll see what we learn.
Doing the analysis.
Do it. The analysis now.
I don't think I have any analysis because I'm a fighter.
6? Does that make it?
Do you have any like?
Oh, wait,
thing to add
plus,
to it?
why is my intelligence only 1?
Plus 1. Wait, do you have to minus any? Is this under?
No, it's a simple.
Okay. It's probably good.
That's a 7.
What's the thing you get in?
All right. So with that instant combat analysis, your sharp mind instantly notes that it has massive mechanical tentacle-like arms that are capable of crushing ships, swatting away aircraft, and dragging enemies into the ocean. The massive weight of it is something, but that would be what you would note as the first most formidable defensive and offensive mechanism that this machine
How many
has.
does it have?
Good question.
8.
It's an octopus.
Okay, so it's got 8 arms that can kill the ships, and then we have to kill the void energy on it. That's what I'm looking
I'm tracking.
Sounds good.
for. Laura has what's this called? Infiltration something.
Expertise. Infiltration expertise.
I feel like that's an analysis thing, isn't it? Doesn't it help you analyze things?
Oh, careful now. Everybody,
the wrong-
the ship is being crashed against.
Isn't that the wrong thing? What was behind your sheet? That was a different character.
Excuse me while I quickly look at my abilities.
Bypass security measures and gain entry into fortified areas with minimal detection.
That's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the thing where you were able to like scout ahead and find out about the stuff.
Oh, yeah. Swim on out there.
Yeah, you had something where you were
Was it called
using-
Scout?
Stealth. Perfect camo.
Yeah, she had something she was using to like tell me that there was landmines up ahead.
Okay. I need like
What was that?
12 more intelligence rolls.
I don't know.
Let me see if you real quick.
What
Because
was
there
she-
was
I
something you
did,
were
yeah.
doing.
I don't know what I used. I used one of those. I don't know what it was. But
I think it was that.
Infiltration expertise?
Right, she just read what it was, which it's. I guess it's not supposed to be used that way.
What do you mean?
Well, she just read it and
it is bypass security measures and gain entry into fortified areas with minimal detection.
Yeah, we were using it where you can move.
But she can't
really
like
quickly.
from a distance do anything with
She can't like run over water.
that. No, like to analyze it further.
No.
Okay.
She's able
So-
to get across areas without being seen, to actually see what's there, and then get back and tell you before you go there.
Okay, so we have analyzed it to its fullest extent, right?
Up to this point,
Okay.
yes. He's analyzed weaknesses and how it's working. He's analyzed its obvious strength at the moment, its biggest threat. So, up to the ladies at this point, if you want to make.
How many people can do teleport?
Not me.
Because he told me he could only teleport
Takeshi.
one, but then he teleported several different hostages all at once. So
You went and got them out.
Yeah.
Because you were defending him and keeping things safe.
okay, here's what I'm thinking. We need. You wanted to do C4.
C2.
Whatever. And he also has explosive gas that he can like filter into the mech itself. So both of these things are explodey things, but they need to get over there to it.
They would need to get over there to it.
Right, John? You're gonna put some gas in it and blow it up?
I mean, I guess I can, but how am I going to get over there? My oxygen tank.
No, he's gonna. We got a teleportation dude.
Oh, well then teleport the oxygen tank into the core reactor.
He can teleport people.
Well, that would kill him.
Oh my god, he's gonna teleport you, and you're gonna filter
would
some
kill
gas
me.
in there.
I don't want to go inside it.
No, you're going on the outer. It's like you're gonna be on its like back or something. It's huge, dude.
Yeah, that's dangerous. So
Yeah,
like, where am I?
He's gonna go and put.
Do we have the
C4 on.
schematics? Where am I putting my gas?
In a hole.
I analyzed
Stick it
it.
in the hole. Find a hole and
Random
stick some
hole.
gas in there.
It could be dangerous.
We need to blow up its
Don't
void
worry.
energy reactor thing. So wherever it seems like is the most void energy, put it there. If you looked at the picture, there's like a big glowy bit. I think it needs to go in there.
Oh.
I'm not positive, but I think a thermite grenade might do some nasty work to a void energy generator.
What if I fill it full of gas and then we set up some sort of like
Then we do the grenade.
timed, like, because you got C4.
C2. But I've also
Oh,
got
yeah.
thermite grenades.
What's the difference here between C2
The
and
C2
C4.
actually exists right
C2
now.
was actually
It
But it's
hasn't
the same
been-
thing, right?
It hasn't
No.
been invented yet.
It existed in World War II, and it was not as well put as C4. So
It's not quite as stable, and
Gotcha.
So you're saying you could just blow up before the timer?
no, because I'm good with it.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing.
He knows what he's doing.
As long as I roll good, everything's fine.
I'll insert myself into some random hole.
Not a random hole. Find the hole with the
That's
brightest
what you
light.
said.
No, did you look at the picture of the thing that's coming out of the
The
water?
schematics.
No, the picture. We can see it with our eyeballs.
So it's bright, glowy hole.
Oh my god, he's not like this.
It has bright glowy holes. Yes.
Alright.
I feel like I'm doing the best.
Anyway,
Talk to Takeshi.
I have thermite, and
So
I
it's just
have
you and me. We're going
C2,
Y'all are
I
bopping
mean, these are both impressive things that you have.
and I would like
You've
to
expended your
Go and-
I
turns
have
right
gas. I have
place
gas.
them if you
now. We're
can
on use you.
Yeah.
figure out what
Your turn
areas-
can't be making him do something
Right.
necessarily.
That
But
said,
you do have people you can deploy if you want to.
that said,
Can
if
you
you
just
can get
teleport
me
gas in there?
12 more intelligence rolls, just real quick, then I can level up and I can learn how to make an
Oh, wait.
oceanic
I
colossus.
gotta mark this. Because I just got an intelligence.
Any one of you can use your turn to call support
Okay, what's
actions.
happening right now? What's it doing?
Did I also
Is he just
get
coming out of the water?
experience?
And
as
everyone's
well?
like,
In the
oh
distance. Yeah.
Well, at this point, it was
Yeah.
rising from the ocean in the
Uh-huh.
distance. I have yet to narrate more because in that moment, you're all like, oh,
shit!
shit!
Right.
And then he's like, binoculars. I think it's got glowy ports. I think it runs off void energy. And he's like, that motherfucker's got some big ass tentacles that'll hurt us if we try to get close without taking them out first. And now you're making a plan.
Yes.
It's all happened within a
I
moment.
feel like me and Laura are just sort of like, oh shit.
But yeah, I can't. I mean, there's not really.
Yeah, I can't do much
Um,
about it right this second from this distance, except shoot it with like a.
You gotta take out
Well,
the
so
There's a
there's-
If
storm
my
currently,
battleship
right?
can't hurt it, right?
Did you
then-
say we're currently in a storm, or there is a storm?
Do you want
There
to
is
make a
currently a
storm?
very badass storm.
Try
Do you want to
Lightning?
make a
Yeah.
storm?
You gotta
Well, if
take
there's
out,
already one,
take
I
out
can
the
make
chemicals.
rollers.
because
Yeah,
they'll take me
okay.
out when I
She's
go up
gonna
on
turn
its
into
back
storm.
and insert myself into the hole.
Yeah, no, she could actually strike with lightning. That is one of her first things.
But like not just a weenie lightning, like a really strong.
I don't know how to.
Make it theory.
Okay.
Like
We
the
need
biggest
it, like,
lightning
to be
bolt in the
really
history
big.
of all thunderbolts.
It's what is it? Energy.
Yeah, your lightning runs off your energy.
Elizabeth Whitlock has the ability to conjure a massive mystical surge of fire
Don't use again.
that
So
bypasses
you
conventional
got
armor.
6 plus 2, 8 to make a big ass lightning, knock it in its void port. Can you aim? Did you direct the lightning?
It says control lightning.
You have this like one idea in your head about this void port. Like it's gonna be super easy to get. It's be like the Death Star, right? There's like
It's not
this.
as big as the Death Star. Stop kicking the table.
Stop kicking this ship over.
It's the
Redirect
void.
and shape lightning for offensive or defensive purposes with precision.
Yeah, she can hit with
With
precision.
precision. Yes.
But listen, there's a huge thing with an itty bitty little port,
I saw the picture. That's not
like
itty
the
bitty.
size of a womp rat, right?
That is not itty bitty. I saw the picture.
You're talking about like, okay, I can see these glowing lights and mechanical
Shoot
functions
the
on
light thing, yeah.
I use the force.
I'm just gonna assume
I'm
the
gonna
biggest
shoot
light
it.
is
Shoot the light thing.
The biggest
Shoot the
light.
thing.
The biggest light has got to be the most important thing.
I'm taking my blast shield down. I'm gonna trust Ben. I'm just
No,
gonna
you
go.
gotta trust yourself.
No. I'm
You don't
trusting-
take the blast shield down. You take your targeting computers down.
Oh, what am I thinking? Oh, I'm thinking of the other thing.
You lower your targeting computer.
I'm
and then
putting
you
my
press
blast
the
shield
force.
down because all this is like distracting me.
It
We're
might
not
be
doing anything right now, to be fair
useful
anyway.
to reduce its armor.
I'm getting ready to be transported into
With-
a hole.
Assuming the big glowy
Elizabeth's
light is gonna
powers.
do that.
All right, so gigantic bolt of lightning strikes out from the sky, redirecting itself with precision towards the chest plate where there is a large glowy light. In that moment, it does strike true to that panel, causing some scorch marks to the outer hull. It was a good strike.
Good job. You scorched it.
It was definitely like a strike. You didn't notice any kind of an energy barrier or shielding function in that way. It just seems to be shielded by its heavy, what would you call it, like a carapace? Like armor.
I think armor works.
Okay. Now, your turn.
I can't really do much to it. I'm kind of an up close person. I do have a gun, but I don't think it's gonna do anything.
You do have like 8 command options.
Yeah, I know, but
You got commando.
And you can discuss it. You can discuss with your allies here at the
Considering-
table what they think is a good idea.
Yeah.
It's just that you can't repetitively. You can't tell them what to do. You can only tell your.
considering we only get to ask them to do stuff for 8 turns, and this is that he's literally just popped out the water, I don't want to be like using up our 8 turns right now.
Reducing its armor does sound very helpful.
I'll get rid of those tentacle things.
Yeah.
I'm not going near that thing
I
unless
think we
at
gotta
least
do that in a minute, though.
they're all gone. I'm not,
All
I'm just
right,
not gonna
let's
go
do
there.
it.
It's too scary.
Ask the dude to reduce the armor.
What do?
Whichever dude does
Number 2 is Elizabeth
what's
Witchfire Whitlock.
that. Yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
So you're wanting Witchfire to.
Conjure a
Use-
massive surge of mystical fire, launching an inferno at the Kraken.
Yes.
The flames burn hotter than normal fire. They're fueled by ancient magic that can bypass conventional armor.
Do it.
Has the effect of reducing its armor for 3 turns due to continuous burning,
So hold on.
creating vulnerabilities in
3
its hull.
turns. Okay.
Vulnerabilities that I might be able to exploit.
Well, I'm trying to think how many turns you're gonna be over there. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it depends on how long we're going to be fighting it.
yeah.
And I'd rather be over there before the battleship starts shooting at it.
All right.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But she's only gonna lower it for 3 turns.
That would
that
only-
is what you're choosing to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So you call upon Witchfire. She steps forth, her red hair kind of flowing in the crazy sea wind as she holds up her hands. You see arcane symbols start to form in her hands as fire bursts forth, and then she launches it like a great big fireball, because there's no better way to say that. It's like a cannonball burning through the sky, striking against one of the tentacles of the Kraken. As it just got hit by lightning, it's like tentacle coming down, and then fireball blows up against it, and you can tell that this fire is spreading and reducing the armor's ability to withstand it. So, any attacks?
Well, that's good. That's real nice.
All right. So, The Kraken now moving faster as it rises from the ocean. Seawater is cascading off of its riveted steel plates, revealing a monstrous form. It is beginning to tower over the battlefield. All the ships, the glowing red eyes, which you've noted. And there's a deep guttural hum that's resonating throughout the entire area from its core outward. And it is going to do its attack.
That landed in the rolling tray.
It was a 3. What was it second time?
Well, it wasn't the second time it fell on the floor. You
What was
re-rolled
it?
You don't get to
I just want to
know.
know. Was it 5?
Yeah. Are you losing?
Should have taken that 3.
Alright, so that was definitely successful. First strike, the multi-tentacle strike.
Multi-tentacle strike.
So that's this one. Nope. Alright, so 3 of the arms begin to move and slash through the air. The tentacle-like appendages smashing down in multiple locations, targeting Bravo Team, Project Avalon, and key areas of the battlefield. 1 strike is true as it crashes down into one of the nearby carriers next to you. Like you're on a carrier, there's a carrier over there, and it smashes it in 2.
It's gone.
Wait, the
They
whole
are
period?
sinking.
Yeah,
You
it
see
sucks it
several Allied soldiers jumping off of the ship, trying to get flotation devices, struggling to save themselves, screaming out, drowning, gurgle noises, death.
And you wanted me to teleport over.
Lost 1 ship. All right. Patty. And y'all can go out of order if you want to, but you only get like 1 turn before.
Can I do environment advantage? Like I've been out to sea. I know how she works. The waves, they're unforgiving, even for a giant.
I mean, you could
Right.
try to use...
More so for a giant, really.
But I mean, like, what is it going to do for you? I'm just trying to workshop this with you for a second.
Yeah, okay.
Like, your environmental advantage before was, like, so that you could help find yourself.
Yeah. This one is like, I know if you blow wind in a certain way, it creates giant waves in the direction that will destroy things. The sea is my friend.
I think maybe your environmental advantage wouldn't work for you
The
here.
environment is my friend.
I think they need to teleport, don't they? Because now the armor's down.
No, there's tentacles.
There is a weakened armor for 3 rounds.
Yeah, like you only have three
I don't want
chances to
to
do this.
die.
So-
Not like this.
Like I think y'all need to talk to Takeshi and get over there.
I'm good with heading there. Is anybody else going with?
I think that's. I mean,
You're
here's my thing about
primary-
Takeshi. I have learned that he is not a reliable teleportation method, so I'm sort of hesitant.
I am water.
Yeah, I know. I just don't trust him. He left me, and then he like passed out against
Worst
the wall
case,
for a
he
while.
leaves me in the water.
So
And then he got hurt
I
real
just
bad
really
saving
don't
me,
trust
so I don't
him.
trust him.
he did not get hurt saving me. He got hurt, and then I had to save his ass. Come on,
He
like, let's not rewrite
legitimately
the narrative here.
teleported in front of an attack and saved
Let's not
you.
like rewrite the narrative, okay? Yeah, I mean, I will go punch him a bunch, but here's my problem with Takeshi is that I don't trust him to get me back out of the situation.
I'm
wait.
good to teleport.
Maybe I know there's a rock out there because I've been
You
here.
need to go and
I've been to this part of the
put
sea
gas
before.
inside of him, okay? That's
There's
all
a
you need
giant
to
rock
worry
right
about.
there. But he probably is not aware. No.
You can
It's
use
foggy out. He doesn't know. He can't see.
you can use Takeshi's assistance. if
Actually, you
you
know
want
what?
to
That might be a good idea.
I would like to tell you.
You can create fog, right, lady?
Is anybody else?
She's gonna stay on the
You
ship.
can only
She can do
teleport
whatever
one
she
of
needs
us
to
at a
do on
time?
the ship.
Can control the weather.
She's not like an up close person.
If she
we
creates
all
fog,
we all have to get close.
then they won't be able to see where we are, but we know where it is. Like, it's a big thing. But we're little tiny nets. And then it's like, hey, is he on my back? Is he
So
putting...
while we're figuring out
gas inside me?
if
I
John's
don't
going to
know.
go, I'm going to go ahead and go.
All right.
I'll go if there's fog.
I might be able to create some fog with the explosions.
Well, here, you just so you can do a roll for Takeshi if you want to.
Oh, I thought he was going to go ahead and take me over there, and then I was rolling to.
What are you trying to roll here?
I was going to roll to start doing my sabotage operation.
Okay, let me get you over there first.
Okay.
It's too dangerous.
All right. He'll get you over there.
Okay.
Ugh, sweat on.
Not at an advantage, but you will be on top of the thing.
Okay.
So you didn't get precise aim, but you are on the Kraken.
Nice.
So from everybody else's eyes, Takeshi walks up. His glowing blue energy surrounds both he and Patty as they vanish in an instant and reappear on top of the Kraken.
Okay.